Hey everyone, James here with Knit Case Designs. Today I'm super excited. I'm going to be making a soap that's brand new to me. Um, I've heard a lot about this fragrance oil and I've never had a chance to try it. I mean, I've had plenty of chances, I just haven't done it, right? But it is called Love Spell. If you're at all familiar with soap making, this should not be a surprise to you. This should not be a new fragrance oil, right? Um, I don't know that I'm actually going to call my soap Love Spell just because I don't want to. But I'm going to be using some super gorgeous colors. I did some research just to see like what other people were doing. And I mean, you saw a whole lot of different interpretations. Like, a lot of them usually have to do with hearts. A lot of heart embeds show up, which totally love that. I've seen some that are just like delightful swirls, but they're like really lovey-dovey colors, and I love that too. I personally wanted to see something a little more, I don't know, like, since it's kind of a sense that you can't just pin down, like, I thought it'd be cool to just kind of play around with some of the themes. So I am going to be using a handful of kind of colors that you might expect from a fragrance oil called Love Spell. But I'm going to be using this gorgeous pink color. It's like so beautiful and vibrant. And this is called Northern Lights. It's from Nurture Soap. About a month ago, they have like on their website and the ability to buy like a pack of 10 sample. So you get like these little, 5-gram containers, and you can get 10 different kinds. And they have like a list. The one feature that I wish they had that they didn't was like you couldn't see the colors in the list. You would have to go look them up individually or know what they already look like. Because some of them have names like Northern Lights or Fantasia or Heartbreaker. And so you wouldn't necessarily know what color that was unless you looked up the actual color on their website and then went back to add it to your list of 10, which... whatever, you open a different tab, you open the website again, it's fine. But I will be using Heartbreaker. It's, I totally did these out of order. So Heartbreaker is the gorgeous pink. Sorry, my bad. Northern Lights, if I actually turned around the container, is this gorgeous purple color. It's like a true purple, almost like a deep lavender even. I love it. And then I'll be using Laurel Green mica. This has sort of like a clover, maybe a little, like something you'd see on St. Patrick's Day. But I think the three together just have this really nice sort of like, they play well. And then of course I've got some titanium dioxide. I'm going to do a little bit of white soap. And that's diluted with water. These are diluted with sweet almond oil. And then I've got a little bit of activated charcoal that is currently dispersed in some sweet almond oil. It is thick. Oh man, it looks like goo. What I'm thinking is, I'm thinking of having like, obviously this is a lot of colors for not a lot of soap. So I think the main soap I want to be black, and then have these sort of like lovely swirls, you know. And then I might do, I don't know what I might do. You know, I know that Clyde Yoshida from Vibrant Soap has been playing around with this new technique that he put together. Where it's kind of like an in the pot swirl, but it's not. He does it on a lazy Susan. Sometimes he doesn't. I've seen him and he just like swirls the color kind of around the outside and going in toward the center. Sort of looks like a colorful bullseye. And then he pours it all from a single container. And I love that. If anyone's familiar with the Clyde slide, that's another one that he put together. He makes amazing soap. They look so lovely, and he just has so many great adventures. Follow him on Instagram. He went to India, I think, earlier this year or last year, and he looked like he had such a great time. Anywho, enough about me. Let's move on to some soap making. And I totally didn't even prep my stick blender, so I'm going to get that and I'll be right back. Okay, now that we had an awkward pause, I've got my stick blender. I'm going to go ahead and take out my spatula. So actually, before we get started, I've got my kaolin clay as per usual, so we're going to go ahead and add that. And yes, I could totally add this to my lye water. We did another video where I did that, and it was fine. I don't know. It's just nice to have an extra step. And I like having the ability to blend it without having to worry about how much I'm blending. So that's kind of nice. I'm just getting some of the stuff off the sides here. Ooh. I'm making a mess. I'm going to move that out of the way. Be aware of where your lye water is at all times. Good piece of advice. Sorry, I'm so gun shy. Like, if my camera, like, I feel like since I can't see the screen, then I feel like I can't tell if it's working. So I feel compelled to, like, check it, like, constantly. Be like, is it working? Oh my god. Okay. So that looks good. Now we can go ahead and throw in our lye water. Super exciting. And again, going for just a light trace, just an emulsion. I do most of my soaps that way. Just because I never know what my water discount and other things are going to do. And you know, y'all, I could totally plan this out better. It's not like I don't plan, but I'm like, I've said it before. I think I said it in my first video where, you know, I like things to be a little flexible. Like, I don't like it to be so lockstep, regimented. And I know that, of course, like, as you're growing a business, as you're trying, especially if that business is based off of a creative pursuit, like, you know, having those things written down, which I do have my recipes written down, and my designs, don't worry about it. But, like, I work in such small batches right now. Like, I make 10 bars at a time, and that's typically a batch. Like, that's it. And so with that, you know, I'm just going to disconnect this. Stick it over here. Like, with that, I feel like I have the luxury of kind of playing with my designs a little bit and having a little more fun. Oh, this is nice and fluid. We did a good job hitting that emulsion. So I'm going to go ahead and split off. And I'm going to fragrance these individually because, to be honest, I've never tested this fragrance oil, so I don't know exactly what it's going to do. It says it does not accelerate in cold processed soap. I'll give this a little bit more. I do not know that to be true because I've seen that written on other labels, and you just never can tell. Okay. Because there are so many things that affect, you know, the trace of your soap. Like I've mentioned before, I use a pretty steep water discount. And then things like titanium dioxide are known to accelerate your soap. Charcoal, another thing that tends to accelerate soap. Man, I am just not... I'm batting 1,000 with these. Temperature, altitude, things that you're like... Things that you wouldn't even think, you know, can affect how your soap is going to thicken up. There's very little way to anticipate it. You just got to kind of like either design around it or learn to roll with the punches. I prefer rolling with the punches because I think that the amount of work it would take to design around it wouldn't even be worth it, frankly. That's not to say other people can't do it. I honestly love it when people do, but that ain't me, y'all. That ain't me. Okay. Just like checking consistencies here. I also have to be wary because that has water in it, whereas the others have oil. Because titanium dioxide, you can buy oil or water soluble bases, but I have not found the oil soluble kind. So if anyone has a link, let me know. And like when you're buying your other, you know, micas and stuff, this is going to end up being bigger swirls than I think I originally wanted. And that's fine. If it turns out being equal parts, that's also fine. I'm not picky. I am, however, out of smaller stirring implements. Oh my gosh, do you see this pink? Ha! It's so bright. I want it to gel that way. I might actually try and run my stick blender through these two once I actually get them, like, going. So I'm just going to take this charcoal, get it going here. This stuff, I swear. And that went directly in the sink because I'm not having that drip down on my counter. Alright, let's see if we can stick blend these a little bit. So typically, when you're stick blending your colors, I'm actually not going to stick blend this one because that white, it's already kind of doing its thing. You want to try and go from lightest to darkest. And that just prevents your soap colors from typically running. I'm just going to give this a little pulse. Just to give it some time. Think about its life, think about its choices. Alright, so that's nice, that's good. Give this guy a good old once over. And don't worry, you can see this flecks of green in there. They're not going to stick around whenever I blend it. The bubbles, however. Enough of that. Switch. Bubbles. Everywhere, bubbles. Yeah, this one's doing its thing just fine. We are unbothered by that. This one's still looking okay. Nice and fluid. We like that. We'll still give it a blend here. And Clyde, if you end up watching this video and I screw this technique up, please call me out because I want to be perfect. And I know that other people do their own techniques better than me. Go figure. So, if you're watching and you decide that I should just stop, please say something. So I'm just gonna throw a little bit in each of the things here. I think this guy might have gotten shortchanged. There we go. Give it a little stir. So far, so good. This is an intoxicating aroma. I can see why they call it Love Spell. It's kind of a mix. It's got these strong citrus notes, but it also has this sort of warm, it has like some warm spiciness, but also, weirdly enough, some like deep earthiness. Pull this over here. So I know it's got like bergamot or bergamot, whatever you want to say. Mandarin orange is in there. Let's see, I think currants. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to look it back up and tell you. But just phenomenal. Okay, so how do I want to do this? Everything is still very fluid. Get this guy blended in here. Very fluid. Which is good, because that means our swirls are going to be very swirly. I just love the look of black soap. It's just so entrancing. Alright, so we're going to start with a ring of white. Face these away so I don't hit myself. Alright, so there's a ring of white. And then we'll do this this shocking pink. So now we're going to go slightly in. Let that, okay. Then we'll go with some green. And y'all, I don't think this is designed to be perfect, so I'm just kind of doing what I need to do. White. Oh, I didn't put any purple in there. Well, you know what? Let's just do a layer of white in between the greens. Why not? Who's gonna know? I follow a lot of sort of the big soap makers. Like Vibrant Soap, Royal Appleberry, Brambleberry, of course. And let's see, who else am I? Ophelia's Soapery. Oh my god, she made this Northern Lights soap. At least I think that's what it was called. I think that was what it was called. Please God, tell me I was right, because I don't want to look stupid. Let's go back out to the outside. And I'm so amazed. I'm so proud to be part of this community. Oh, I cannot not mention La Fille de la Mer. Oh my god, that woman is doing some magic up in Quebec. I'm just generally so proud to be part of this community. I started soap making 3 years ago, I think. And it has just been a trip, honestly. Like, all of the people that I've met or talked to. I've talked to people in, India, Brazil, Turkey, the United Arab Emirates. Where else have I talked to? Obviously, peeps, like, domestic, right? US and Canada. And then just everybody is so, like, inviting and warm. And everybody has a story to tell and something amazing to contribute. And it just makes me so, I don't know. I'm getting kind of excited about it. But it's nice to continue to develop a skill And this is something that, you know, started as a hobby for me, and it became sort of a passion, and then it became something that I was selling, and then it became something that I wanted to do on a more full-time basis. I still don't have that luxury, unfortunately. But I hope someday, you know. Good things come to those who work for it and wait. So, we are doing plenty of the waiting. I'm not even like, this isn't even a design anymore. It's just sort of like making concentric circles. It's like Linda from Bob's Burgers. Concentric circles. You know? Some of you know. Others might not. I don't know. We're just going to put the rest of the purple in there on top. And I will save a little bit. I'll decorate the tippy top. Why not? And put this on there. Just make a little spiral. And this white soap is going to be a slightly different consistency, but that's totally okay. I think the nature of this is going to be kind of... And before I pour it, I'm going to show everybody. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. Go ahead and clean up a smidge here. Put my mold down. Alright, so we're just going to go in for it. Oh my word! This is going to be so fun to cut. Everything's going to look so different. Okay. Stop before I get too excited, and I gotta grab a secondary mold. Unfortunately, I didn't wash my previous mold, but I don't want this to go in just a piece of Tupperware. It's too pretty. Ugh. You know, I have so many molds just running around my house. I suddenly can't find any of them. Ugh. You know, I have this little bar mold that I bought on Amazon. Be very, very short bars. Yeah, this is actually the mold I'm going to be making my future mini soaps in. So get excited. I'm basically just going to be making small versions of my original bars just because everyone is like always on my case to make sample bars. And I want to listen to you. I care. So I'm just going to kind of, I don't know. Now I really do feel like Clyde. I have to tell you, my heart nearly stopped. The first time he liked one of my posts on Instagram, I about died, y'all. Like, you watch these people's videos and you see them as just far away, like, celebrity. And then to have somebody that, you know, you recognize, kind of recognize you for doing something that you're like, but you do it so much better. It really makes you feel, I mean, good isn't even the right word for it. It makes you feel special. I cannot get over this Heartbreaker, like, Nurture soap. Yes, please. Like, that is, I can only hope it is half as good coming out of the mold. And I think I'll top it with a little bit of white, kind of offset everything else. Then we'll give it a little swirl. So I'm going to grab a chopstick. Chopstick. And then, I don't know, let's do like a figure 8 pattern. See how that gets us. I think that's good. I think I'll leave it alone. That's a lie. If anyone ever says, "Oh, I think that looks good, I'll leave it alone," they're lying. Ugh, that is just beautiful. And I suppose I should do this guy too. So we don't want to waste our soap. That is a huge no-no in this house. And the thing is, y'all, I work very hard on my recipes. It's not that I sit and break the bank buying, you know, exotic emu oil. But, I mean, I do put a lot of effort into using luxury, or at least, in my mind, higher end, higher grade oil. Just because it's going on your body, you know? Like, I wouldn't, it's one of those things like, well, if I wouldn't want this on my body, then I don't want someone else to have it on their body. That's not to say that we don't have preferences, because I certainly have preferences that other people don't. But, if I think it's unsafe, or if I think it's, you know, gonna overall harm your skin, I'm not making that for you. Like, if you want to go off on your own and use products that harm your skin, like, more power to you. Like, you've got choices. But I'm not going to be the person that provides that to you. Because I care. As stated earlier in this video. Oh my god, this is so fun! It's not often that I do super complicated designs like this. Like, I mean, obviously, what is complicated? This isn't exactly like rocket science, but, you know, working with this many colors, I try and limit my work to fewer colors than this. That one I will leave alone. Alright, I'm gonna move some stuff out of the way here. I love my kitchen island. I do literally probably 100% of my work on this island. We bought it last year from Slumberland. It's just like a big box, you know, store, but they had this thing where you could customize it. And they had like different options, you know, like you can customize the color and the size. And we really wanted something to go with our new house, because we bought this house last year. And we just finished paying it off. I know you're like, why didn't you just buy it? They're expensive, and at the time, you know, we weren't living well. I mean, we were living fine. But if you can, you know, take those time to do those small purchases, do it. Like, who's judging? Got some soap on the table. Yep. Oh my god, I'm making it worse. Just stop. Just stop, James. Oh man. This soap is so fun. I'm having a great time. I'm not having... My island isn't as happy with me because I'm getting soap everywhere. Anywho. Sorry. I'm getting to the cleaning part, and that's not a you problem, that's a me problem. Look at this soap. Just look at it. Here, I'm going to make sure that I actually get a decent angle. Just look at that soap. It is beautiful and shiny and swirly whirly. I hope you don't have any issues with soda ash. This is a very slow moving fragrance oil. I also super fatted the hell out of it. Because as you saw, all of my colors were mixed with sweet almond oil. And my recipe also has sweet almond oil. And you might think, well, James, why didn't you just take out what you were going to put in and put it in your colors? That way it all kind of balanced out. Because I don't want to. Duh. I want there to be a super fat because sweet almond oil is excellent for your skin. Pull this one up too, just to get a look. So this ended up filling about halfway. So he's going to make some cute... I was going to try and do like my minis as like a standalone project, but minis right there. How about that? Anywho, I think that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, please like and subscribe. If you have questions or comments, please leave them down below. Follow me on Instagram, same handle, Knitcase Designs. We post a lot of photos on there, obviously more so than YouTube because YouTube doesn't post photos. Duh. And we've got a lot more fun things planned. I'm going to be doing probably a lip balm video here soon. I would like to do some more fall-based soaps because I want to do some repeats that I did last year. And we're definitely going to do some more lotion. I've hammered out exactly which lotions I'm going to do. So, we have tons and tons coming up. Please stay tuned. Again, if you have questions, comments, put them in there. I want to see them. I love engaging with you. That's probably my favorite part. So yeah, chat me up. Alright, thanks everybody for watching. Have a great night.